looks like he's sawing his dick off. He is sawing his dick.
What's up, you beautiful people out there? It's me, Uchad, and today we're gonna be reacting to Avgn's newest video, or also the Angry Video Game Nerd's newest video. It's called Taito Legends for the PlayStation 2. Yes, he reviews a PlayStation 2 game. Now, normally he would review something way more retro, you know, like those PlayStation 1 eras, but today it's time for PlayStation 2, my guys and girls. Yeah, everyone, I can't wait to watch this. By the way, I don't like this new intro, like I prefer the one that the other guy is singing. I forgot his name unfortunately, but he's the one that wears cap. And the guitar guy, there we go. That's all we need to say.
First, a message from our sponsor. Alright, y'all ready for the dad
I'm sorry, but we have to skip this.
1 and 2. But first, just a little something I want to address. With the Legend of Kage episode, I heard some people say that there was a technical problem with the game footage, that it just didn't look right or something. And that was right after I got done saying how the Nintoaster was going to look so good. So that's my bad. There were some breadcrumbs in it. That's all. Now it's perfect.
This guy looks like cricket's
so
crumbs.
Good, it can now play PS2 games. Yeah.
What?
So now, let's play Taito Legends.
No way, that's just a joke, right?
And see what's so legendary about them. Taito Legends 1 and 2 were released in 2005 and 2006 respectively on the PS2, original Xbox, and PC. This was back during a time when every video game company collectively decided to put out arcade compilations. Capcom
even Nintendo,
Midway, Atari,
with that
Namco,
Wind Waker
SNK,
demo disc for the GameCube,
so many companies
I love that collection by the way.
Now these compilations included some must-have titles, but it also came with a bunch of shit. It's like buying a discount candy bar, where a quarter of the bar is chocolate, caramel, and peanuts, but the rest is dog shit. So the first one had 29 games, including Bubble Bobble, and about 90 different versions of Space Invaders. It also had a bunch of arcade artwork and interviews with the developers. Taito Legends 2 got rid of the extras, but packed it to the brim with games. So even if you've never heard of Taito, you sure as hell know what the fuck Space Invaders is.
Yes.
Not to mention, between the two discs, you're getting 68 games. That is the value of the motherfuckest.
Well, if the games are good, then yes.
Bizarre. They started out as a company that imported goods and made peanut and vodka vending machines.
What?
Could you imagine what a shit show would be in the United States if we had vodka vending machines? People would be going crazy. They'd be all drunk in the streets.
True.
Peanuts while playing Space Invaders.
Yeah, only in Japan.
Eventually in the 70s, they got into entertainment products and moved to jukeboxes and, of course, arcade games. In 78, they made Space Invaders, arguably one of the biggest arcade releases of all time.
Yeah, these guys are amazing.
Blamed for a shortage of 100 yen coins in Japan, but apparently that's bullshit and the coin just wasn't produced as much in 78.
Oh, okay.
A game being so
I still would have believed it though.
For a money shortage, Space Invaders was a big deal. I didn't know Space Invaders was a series. I thought it was one and done.
Yes.
But here, just on these 2 discs, there's 6 different Space Invaders games.
Man, my bottle's leaking.
Space Invaders went on to have 3 sequels, continuing the story
wasn't
of a
close.
Bunch of space crabs, or whatever they are, that slowly come down to the ground. Space Invaders Part 2 added color. Whoa, color. Now,
it's like Game Boy Color.
Slowly moving space crabs in about 4 different colors.
Did you just show the Virtual Boy scan for like a second?
Crude, but it's probably
color
one of
sheet.
the first cutscenes to ever exist. I'll bet back in '79 that made someone shit their pants. Next came Return of the Invaders.
I believe that.
This is the first major graphical upgrade.
This looks amazing.
Real next generation Space Invaders with bright, colorful graphics and varied gameplay.
It's 16-bit, I think.
Just shooting the same patterns as the originals. Now, enemies swirled around and did all kinds of crazy-ass shit. This game is fucking hard, too.
I'm sure it is. Even the first one I struggled with.
12, Space Invaders Part 4. This is the one I find the most fun to play in the Space Invaders cinematic universe. They really improved on the gameplay, switching up enemy behavior in crazy ways.
But what happened to the graphics?
Boss fights are challenging, and the gameplay doesn't get boring too quickly. And they also added power-ups like screen-clearing bombs, powerful lasers, and time-stopping.
Nice.
Stopping time summons motherfucking Mothra for some reason. My favorite level is cattle mutilation, where you have to save cows from flying saucers. I like how they thank you when you save them. Overall, this is definitely a great entry and a lot of fun to play.
Man, why is my
After
arm
this
itching
came
so bad?
Space Invaders DX, a kind of enhanced version of the original. It starts with a weird text crawl. Space Invaders had a great vogue in 1978. This one has a couple different game modes, including the original and a parody game. The parody game is just Space Invaders with the sprites changed to characters from other Taito games. If you want a real parody game, get ready for Space Invaders 95, the Attack of the Lunar Loonies.
Looked like the cat from Animal Crossing.
Insane. Emphasis on shit, because literally, the character I'm playing as is a blue piece of shit. Seriously, two of the characters are named Toilet 1 and Toilet 2. I like Toilet 1 because he's apparently a Japanese-style toilet-type super weapon. How in the sweet name of shit could you not choose the Japanese-style toilet-type super weapon? This is the culmination of almost 20 years of Taito game development. Blasting aliens as a talking blue shit coil. The graphics are super bright and colorful, but there's so much crap flying around the screen, figuratively and literally.
And the background is confusing.
Something I want to address before there's a million comments about it. Taito Legends 2 stretches the games to fit a 4:3 TV, but you can change this in the options menu, which would have been nice to know before I recorded pretty much all the fucking footage for this episode. And why they wouldn't make their original aspect ratio the default setting is beyond me. It is what it is.
Probably because of the
their games would be better received
retro-rists, if I said that right.
Other than Space
Guys who
Invaders,
prefer the original
a lot
style.
of the earlier games feature on these compilations are either forgettable or total ass-blasting, shit-splattering diarrhea.
Phoenix,
there are a couple
more like
diamonds
Phoenix,
in the
right?
rough, but for some of these, we're just gonna rocket through like a turd traveling out your colon and into the bowl. Balloon Bomber is a game where you
imagine there being a Phoenix Wright arcade game. I would have played the shit out of it.
Land, they blow apart the floor and you can't roll there anymore. The more bombs that land, the more you're limited in how far you can move.
Oh, come on.
It's fine, but it's like lame Space Invaders with a lame gimmick. I'd rather save
You can't stop the bullets?
On to another balloon game.
That sucks,
Crazy Balloon. Yeah, Crazy Balloon.
This game.
You got a crazy balloon through a maze.
They played this in James and Mike Mondays.
It's the best game I've ever played in my life. I swear to... No, I'm just kidding. This game is boring as fuck.
Really?
Next.
It's not that bad. I mean, I would love to play it.
Missile Command, but shitty.
If I had a good analog stick, that is.
In a few minutes. That's it. Next, again. Phoenix is another Space Invaders-like game, but it has weird bird aliens.
Phoenix
It kind of feels like Galaga, but it actually predates it by about a year. You play as a weird crawling ship and just shoot everything. The sound is awful. It's constant trilling and sirens all throughout. It gives me a headache.
Let us quickly check the camera.
Fight, which is kind of cool, but the sound just makes me want to shut it the fuck off.
Actually,
Lunar Rescue.
There we go. That's much better.
It's a mix of Lunar Lander and Space Invaders. This one's actually kind of fun. You land on platforms and avoid meteors going down, and then pick up a guy and fly up, shooting through Space Invader-y type enemies. It's okay.
Okay.
So then there's Rime Ice, or however it's said. It's a futuristic Pac-Man. Instead of a yellow circle guy in a maze eating circles, you're a future car in a maze eating circles.
It's a rip-off. Come on now.
Power-ups to help get through the maze, and there's even boss fights. Also, every once in a while, you get a
reminds me of the boss fight from Phantom Hourglass.
I don't know what the fuck kind of drugs these game designers were on. If Rime Ice is
they
a
probably
future
thought it was cool.
Pac-Man, then the electric yo-yo is Pac-Man if he were a yo-yo. Taito were the experts at providing the perfect putrid platform for their game developers to piss their shit onto, like finding the right cat litter. I mean, you get the ideal texture, particle size, and natural herbal attractant, just so the cat can come in and say, "This is a good place to piss and shit." But
I'm not a cat owner,
is a
so
bona fide classic.
I don't know what you're
I used to
talking
play
about.
this on the Atari all the time. The arcade is better graphically, but I like the Atari's music during the cannibal part better.
Yeah, Atari has its charm on its own.
Next we have Zookeeper. You run around bricking in animals and making sure they don't escape. The sounds in this game are hilarious.
They really are hilarious.
That he bricks them in.
Wow.
I mean, that'd be a pretty shitty zoo.
Man, that player looks so
paying
cute.
$20 to get into a zoo, and then all the animals are behind brick walls. Like Roger Waters.
What? I don't get that reference.
I mean, there was the album, the Pink Floyd album, Animals.
I don't know.
And then there was the wall. Here's the
The
most
wall.
metal fucking game so far.
What was he
Sit
talking
Valley
about?
or
Like guys
Sun
talking on the
Valley?
comment section below.
You control the Mecha Dragon, a robot motherfucking
Woo!
dragon in space blowing fire on everything. This game
Less
seems
processing.
like it'd be amazing, but you die so easily.
Aww.
I mean, how in the hell do you make a game about a Mecha Dragon suck?
You have only
That's a
one
letdown.
hit point, I think?
Plump Pop is another
Come
game
on
that
now.
is kind
That's such
of
a
like
waste
another
opportunity.
game, but with a twist. It's Breakout or Arkanoid, but instead of launching a ball at blocks, you're launching your child at flying saucers.
What?
It's a game about child endangerment in the name of saving the world
This
from
reminds me of
aliens.
Breaker. Did I
Imagine
say it right?
if the only way to save the world was to launch your only child into the fucking stratosphere and smash into UFOs!
Yeah,
oh
screw
my
that.
God, just for a medal of goddamn honor! Frontline.
At least
This
there
game is
are
basically
bears,
prelude
right? That
to
was a
Card
bear trial,
Warriors,
so
except
different.
even worse. I mean, holy
No way.
shit, is it bad? This might be the worst game in the entire collection. So, unlike
Even
Card
worse
Warriors,
than Card
here you play as
Warriors.
a guy who's constantly unhinging all of his joints. His legs are all floppy, and he can't hit shit with his gun. I'd rather brush my teeth with aardvark shit. That's ground up, digested dead ants all stuck in my teeth.
Oh
This
gosh.
game. Wild Western is shitty too, but not as shitty as Frontline. But it's damn close. It's hard as fuck to hit anything, and it controls like ass. The best part of the
Okay.
game is the fucked up looking horse in the cutscene between levels.
That's not a
It looks
camel?
like it has Homer Simpson's mouth or something. The Fairyland story
Now,
is
without
a
those
pretty
nose,
bizarre game. It's one of those games where
nose
you have to
holes?
clear the screen to move on like in
Nostrils.
Bubble Bobble. But here, you play as a witch who turns enemies into cakes.
Kind of like
After a
Karen.
few levels, she rides around on a goofy-ass wingless dragon. Also, in the later levels, there's crosses and shit in the background, and you have to fight the Pope. What in God's
What?
name is going on? Don Doko Don is
That's
another
pretty
similar
hardcore,
game.
man.
You're a
And,
gnome in
blasphemous.
Maryland. Not sure if they meant Maryland or Maryland or the state Maryland. And you clear screens with the saddest attack ever. I mean, it's hard as shit to hit anything because your hammer has 0 range. Yeah, I hate this game. Kiki Kai Kai is a
I
weird
love how he
one. It's
turns
almost
to an
like a
angel
shoot 'em
when he
up,
dies.
but not. It's actually a
Pretty
prequel
cute.
to the SNES game Pocket
Oh, Japanese
Rock.
game, I think.
You play as a Japanese priestess whose family gets
shoot.
taken away on a boat or something, so you set
Really?
out to save them. It's insanely hard and has no continues, so I didn't
Come
get very
on.
far. One thing.
Japanese
what is this
people, what are you
snake?
doing? What is
What is
that?
this snake here? What is this thing coming out of the shrine?
So weird.
What is this shit?
It has your
Super
head.
Kicks and Voltfied are all the same game, really. You draw lines and try to clear away parts of the level while avoiding enemies and stuff that fly around the screen.
Really?
Chicken Pop is a game that has all the enemies from Bubble Bobble. I think it's kind of like a prequel or something. You play as some kind of thing named Mr. Chakin, and your hearts get stolen. So you
Kinda like
navigate
Mr. and
caves
Mrs.
to find
Pac-Man.
and release them. The game plays like garbage. You drop bombs to attack, but they kind of just do whatever they fucking feel like. Sometimes the bomb goes in front of me, and sometimes behind me. But either way, I always end up dead. Yeah, I beat one level, this piss puddle, and would rather punch myself in the nutsack than play another. I've talked about
This
Bubble
doesn't look
Bobble
that bad,
before,
actually.
and you all know the gist of it, but here's the sequel.
Actually
Rainbow
don't.
Islands. I'd never guessed that this was a sequel to Bubble Bobble, but
What?
it says right there on the title screen, the story of Bubble Bobble
How?
2. Well then what about Bubble Bobble 2 on Nintendo? Oh,
That
We'll
exists?
get into that some other time. You play as a chubby kid in a lederhosen with the magical ability to throw rainbows. What's kind of cool is you could even use them to walk up to higher platforms. I mean, it's
Okay.
a pretty competent platformer game.
Reminds me
It
of
scrolls upwards
Rayman
instead of
Redemption.
sideways.
I've
Even
seen
though
that in the
it feels
trailer.
very different than Bubble Bobble, I gotta say, it's pretty fun. Another game related to Bubble Bobble is Bust a Move Again. Later on, the
Bust a
Bubble
Move.
Bobble Dragons would even show
Oh.
up in the series. This is one of the most
This looks
addicting
amazing.
games in the compilation. Each level's background moves forward in time. You have the Big Bang or something, a caveman, and Jesus Christ, what the fuck is that thing?
A gorilla?
Oh, fuck this game. I never want to see it again. Taito did some puzzle games
What,
well,
did it
and
scare
others
you that
Not
much?
so well. Plotting is garbage fire. You throw blocks at other blocks. It has weird music
That's cute,
and bland as
kinda.
hell graphics. And that's it. 2-Bit and Cleopatra Fortune, on the other
That's all he
hand,
has to say about
are
it.
pretty cool Tetris-like games and are really easy to sink some time into, especially 2-Bit. You know, this is a good game. I should
Because
play
it's
some
Tetris.
more, but I got too many shitty games to get to. Uchi Carrot is a weird one.
True.
Who would have thought with a name like that? It's like Breakout, but this time you have to knock down jewels.
Breakout and
Miss,
anime.
the jewels get lower. I died right away, then got super lucky and fucked up the computer player. But those characters in the background are so annoying. They jump around and yell and do a bunch of weird anime shit.
What the?
It's super distracting and makes the action hard to follow.
Bunch of anime
But
shoot.
even weirder is
Yeah, especially the right
Camel Try.
one.
Why is it called Camel Try? Well, because there's a camel in the logo. Why is there a camel in the logo? I have no idea. Because there's 0 camels anywhere.
That
in the
reminds me
game.
of the Sonic
It's all
bonus
about
games.
navigating a marble through a rotating maze. Maybe it's meant for camels to try. Oh,
What?
Camel Try? Can Camel Try? Camel Try? Taito
That's nice
also made
editing.
some pretty decent shooting games like Battle Shark. In the arcade, the machine actually had you looking through a periscope and firing at things. But on the TV, it's very plain. You shoot torpedoes at other subs. I mean, it's okay.
Let's get to work, Battle Shark.
That was nice,
Space
boys.
Gun is an alien-inspired shooter. It's really
Let's get to work,
bloody
Battle Shark.
Alien chunks
I love
splatter
that.
on the screen, and they explode in spectacular fashion.
Holy
There's people you
shit.
can save, but I accidentally shoot them. They run at you while you're in the middle of a firefight, so it's
Accidentally,
their
huh?
own damn fault. Fucking idiots. There's a game here called
kinda.
Operation Wolf, where every time you fire the gun, the screen flashes in a way that's so horrible it could possibly cause seizures. I'm not joking around, and for that reason, I'm not going to show it.
Epilepsy warning.
So this makes
Oh,
it
okay.
a rare instance where the game is actually so bad that I can't show it for safety and health reasons.
You could just put
Luckily, the
a
sequel,
warning.
Operation Thunderbolt, gets rid of the flashing and is a lot more fun. The action is pretty intense. You play as a Green Beret fighting terrorists and saving hostages. They're as dumb as the ones in Space Gun and just run at you while you're firing. You destroy everything. Terrorists, tanks, jeeps, boats, fighter jets, and with nothing but
Wow.
an Uzi. I mean, damn. That fucking Uzi is a
Freaking
weapon
Uzi.
of mass destruction. Nukes would look at that Uzi and say,
You also get
"Nah,
crates,
man,
didn't you
fuck
see
this,
that?
I'm out of here." I like how the terrorists drive tanks through the hallways of their office buildings. How do they get in and out? At the end, you have to save the pilot.
They're terrorists,
I think
they probably
you
find a
can
way.
accidentally kill him, but I was too good and wasted the
They don't
leader
have
and flew the
standards.
hostages home. All in a
Oh,
day's
dang.
work for the Green Beret guy and his magical Super Uzi. So now, from light gun shooters to shoot 'em ups, Taito
It
had a
didn't
lot
look
of
like a
really
bad
good
game.
ones, but one that sucks crocodile cock is Tokyo, which could be a typo because it takes place in Tokyo. It's slow, boring,
That was probably
and
on
when you
purpose.
die, you have to wait for the game to reset, and there's no continue. So if you die, that's it. The projectiles are practically invisible, so I die constantly.
How?
You can
I
get
see them.
power-ups, but they can actually
Oh,
be
from the
shot
enemies.
down. Just skip this one. Gun Frontier is another weird
I
one.
will.
It's a Wild West space shooter. Your ship is a big gun with wings, and the bosses are giant revolvers.
The
It has the same
sprite
power
work is
as Tokyo,
amazing.
though. When you die, it sends you back. I got stuck at this mini-boss for a while. It's not a bad game, but fuck it anyway.
Looks amazing, man.
Grid Seeker, and Metal Black are all 3 very generic shooters with different gimmicks.
Oh, really?
Honestly, I have trouble remembering which is which. Metal Black has a
They
bunch
still
of
look
blobby
amazing.
things that power your laser or give you a super powerful beam that kills everything. Gekurinden
Nice.
has space helicopters.
What is it?
Yeah, space helicopters. Also, you go back in time and fight old-timey planes with super space
Oh gosh,
planes.
that looks so
imagine being in
fluid.
the 1940s
The
during
frame
World
rates.
War II.
Yes,
A
man.
fucking space helicopter comes out of nowhere and obliterates your whole squad.
Wow.
Grid Seeker tells the story of the Second Persian Gulf War that happened in the distant future of 1999. So it's sorta like
really
they
distant.
kinda almost predicted the Iraq War. Although the big difference, there was no giant fucking octopus tank.
Ooh. I wanna play it
Raystorm
now.
is a mediocre
craving
3D
it
shooter.
in my
It
hands.
looks awesome, but it plays like the rest. Taito
It
also
really does look
included
awesome.
Darius Gaiden and
Let's
G
quickly check my
Darius,
camera
which are
again.
pretty popular shoot 'em ups. They're fine, I
Right.
guess. They play mostly like R-Type or Gradius. G Darius is in 3D and has an attack that lets you
And
take
you know what?
possession of enemy ships to
Let
use as
me
weapons.
move
They're
this
pretty
slightly
cool games,
downwards.
but what I don't understand is why the fuck all the bosses are giant fish robots. It's the strangest theme I've ever seen in a
I guess the
shooter
creator
like this.
loved
They all
fish
have
on
weird-ass
and
names
the
like
ocean.
Ancient Dozer and Prickly Angler. I think I asked this earlier, but what were they smoking? The best Taito
And
Legend
faking.
shooter I played has to be Exixius. Exixius? This game is a blast to
Exezus.
play.
Or something like
You
that.
play as a flying dude who can turn into a ship. Difficulty
Flying
is
dude.
fair. So, you know what? This is another one I thought would be ass, but I'm gonna have to give it a pass. Of
Reminds
course,
me of
this being
Cuphead.
Taito, there has to be a
Balloon
cutesy
Boy?
shooter. And here
Balloon
you have
Boy from
Insector
Five Nights at
X.
Freddy's.
You're a cute character shooting cute
That looks
bugs
a
in
lot
cute
like
levels.
him. I don't know that
Being
beat
said,
because I don't
this
live in
game
America.
is not easy. It's one of the hardest shooters of the whole collection.
Huh.
I died over and over again, and eventually had to just move on because I have so many other games to get to. So it may look
Yeah.
cute, but it's a fucking asshole in disguise.
But is it a good
From
game?
cutesy
Like,
shooters to
are
cutesy
controls good?
platformers, we got the New Zealand story. This is another one on the I don't know pile. Why is it the New Zealand story?
New Z,
Is this
two
how New
E's,
Zealand
right?
was discovered when a walrus kidnapped a bunch of kiwi birds, one of which was smoking a cigarette?
What?
Please, if you're watching this in New Zealand, what is it that I
Gosh.
don't know? Am I missing something here? Do kiwis shoot bows and arrows and fly
Last time I
around on
checked-
geese? Do they fight giant frozen whales? And when they die, do they go to heaven
I
like
think
in this
there
game?
are a lot of
Please,
smokers in
let me
that
know.
country.
Next is Liquid Kids. Liquid Kids?
I don't want to find out.
What the hell? Feels
I
kind
don't
of
wanna
like a
find out.
sequel to New Zealand story, but now you play as this thing named Hippo. I guess it's a hippo.
Were they
and you
mocking
throw water
Mo
balloons
Super
at
Monkey
stuff.
Ball?
It's another batshit drug-fueled acid trip, but you should be used to that by now. I kinda am. Bond's Adventure. In Japan, this game is called Hell Tour. Trust me, just
Dang.
wait. This game is fucked up. It may look like a fun,
Probably.
cute game, but this shit gets dark.
It's made by
The game
Japanese people.
starts off like every other Taito game. It's difficult but fun. Then you go through the levels, fight monsters,
He looks like Boss Baby.
platforming, and then you reach
What?
the Bloody Pond.
Oh,
a
no.
level that has absolutely no place in this game or any game.
Oh,
There's no music,
shoot.
just the sound of a blood pond sloshing around. Decaying
Background.
limbs stick out of the blood, and eyeballs bounce you around. This menacing fish thing follows you as you desperately seek the exit and end to this nightmare. By the
Yeah.
way, this game was made by Kenji Kaito, the guy who produced Tomba, Ape Escape, and Shadow the Colossus. Wow, he's fucked up.
I love Shadow of the Colossus. I've never played it, but I love the look of it.
Now, to lighten the mood, who likes some sports?
I
Hopefully
don't.
You do,
Like,
because
I don't like
Taito has
football.
sports
I'm sorry.
titles.
Because I suck
Full
at it.
disclosure, they all suck. But we're doing them all,
Okay.
so sit tight. Alpine
I am
ski,
sitting tight.
more like Alpine P. Seriously, this game is ass and a half. If I could, I'd throw this game across the street into my neighbor's yard so they could be like, what the fuck is this? And then throw it away from me, because I'm not soiling my trash can with it.
Yeah.
Continental Circus is pretty much like pole position, with better graphics and horrific explosions.
And frame rate.
Well, that
Better frame
driver
rate,
is
I think.
DED, dead. Hat Trick Hero is a shitty soccer game, but
DEAD.
it does let you play as Guile on the USA team. Nah, just kidding. But why do Japanese people think Americans have that triangle-ass hairstyle?
Yeah.
I guess this is a boring one, and
That's great.
look, I scored a goal. Good.
That's
I'll turn
great.
it off now. The only sports title worth a shit is Great Swordsman. It's a fencing game that's pretty fun. You can attack high,
Okay.
medium, and low, and just try to jab
Looks
your
so
opponent.
awkward.
Sometimes you can even knock off their helmet.
Oh.
What is going on here? Do the judges all look like Adolf
Yeah.
Hitler?
Yeah, that's what I want to
Oh my
say.
gosh, what the fuck? The
Yeah.
second level was Kendo, but I sucked at it and died. That brings us to the next game, which plays like a pseudo-sequel to Great Swordsman, Gladiator.
What are the
Walk
rules of
automatically
Kendo?
through a dungeon, avoiding
I've
bats
owned a
and fire.
Kendo Kai figure
Eventually, you
from
reach an
Lego
enemy, and the game
Ninjago.
goes into a one-on-one fight.
Ninjago,
The point
there
is
you
to
go.
knock their armor off and strike the exposed part. If you win, you move on to the next one. If you lose, the guy does an awkward jig over your corpse. At one point, who laughs and
For a second, I
celebrates
was
when
do-
she
I
knocks
thought he
all your
was
clothes off.
twerking.
I couldn't beat the boss. He's some guy who blows fire.
And is fat.
Fuck it. Next game. Thunder fucking Fox. You're a shirtless badass running into
The
enemy
animation's-
lines, stabbing the
Whoa.
ever-loving shit out of anyone
Looks
stupid
nice.
enough to fuck with you.
Looks nice.
This game's pretty awesome. You can get into vehicles and pick up a bunch of weapons
Ooh.
like grenades, handguns, flamethrowers, and missile launchers.
It's like
Level 2 starts
Commando,
off like a side-scrolling
I
shooter
think.
as
No.
you make your way to a
Rambo
flying
for the
battleship.
NES, but done
When you
right.
reach the ship, you get to mow down enemies in the sky. This one's also a lot of fun. Also, I love
I wanna
when you
play
get
it.
sucked out the doors of the ship. It's hilarious. Whoa, look at him go!
And the door
Next we have
closes
The Legend of
until-
Kage. Oh no!
Oh,
it
sure.
already got its own episode. That greedy son of a bitch can go suck a shit out of an orangutan ass.
Well, you have to show it
Next is
anyways.
Rastan.
What? You didn't
You're
show
a
it?
Conan-type barbarian laying waste to a whole bunch of enemies. Bats,
Looks nice.
lizard people, four-armed skeleton guys, all shall fall to the might of Rastan.
The
It's
way he
fun,
climbs up.
but it's hard,
The why.
especially in level 2. If you die, you get sent back to the beginning.
But how
which
many
is
hit
brutal.
points do you have?
The sequel is Nastar, which is Rastan spelled backward. Wait, no, it isn't. It's just Rastan scrambled up. I mean, what kind of gimmick is that?
Kinda
It'd be like making a
Undertale and
sequel to Mario
Deltarune.
Brothers and calling it Maroi Brothers. Anyway, this game's kind of lame compared to Rastan.
Let me
It
just
has cutscenes.
check my
Good
camera
luck reading
again.
Dark blue text on a
Is
black
it?
background.
There we
Even
go.
when you can read it, it makes no sense. I have opened a fire? Huh?
That makes
The
sense.
best part of this game
I
is
started
when he
a
jumps
war.
in the air and
That's what it
thrusts the
means.
sword downward. It looks like he's sawing his dick off. He is sawing his dick off. So the sequel to Rastan was lame, but one sequel that blows its
Whoa.
original away is
Anime.
Elevator Action Returns.
Made by
The
Japanese
original
people.
Elevator Action is a decent old school arcade game. You play as a secret agent moving through a building, collecting intel, moving down elevators, and fighting off enemies.
Kinda like
Make it to your car and then
Inspector
speed
Gadget, I
off.
think?
Elevator Action Returns takes that concept and ramps it to 11. This game is awesome,
11.
with expansive levels that sprawl and change as you move through them, and tons of
Bro.
enemies to fight, and different weapons to
The
collect.
graphics are
You also get to play as
incomparable.
3 different characters: Cart Bradfield,
The one on the very right looks like
Jad
Jonathan
the
Joestar.
Taff. Jad the Taff? I mean, what does that mean? He's the Taff? So of course I become the Taff
He looks like Jonathan-
and blast everyone to hell.
Yeah,
Love this
Joestar.
airport level where you just crash a helicopter and come out shooting. Talk about making an entrance. Also, this transition between the exterior and interior of the plane is really neat. This game is mindless, but I love it, and I played the shit out of it. Next on the list, we have
Jad
Terry
the Taff
Kitten. It's another weird one.
destroys
Garage
a helicopter
guy who
whenever
rides in
he
on a moped,
does an
shoots
entrance.
Hadoukens, and can meditate to make a shield. It looks
That
neat,
probably
but
looks
it's
amazing on
super
his expense
repetitive.
account.
Well, we're getting down to the wire now. Only a few games left, but don't worry, I saved the most Taito-y Taito games for last. Taito's beat-em-ups are insane. Fuck games
Really?
like Streets of Rage and Final Fight. They're not quirky and fucked up enough for a guy like me anymore. Taito
They look
has
like the
shown me
Canadians
way.
from South Park.
First, the Ninja Kids. Imagine the TMNT arcade game, but replace the Ninja Turtles with Sesame Street puppets who cut people in half and
Or
fight
Canadians
motherfucking
from South Park.
Satan, and you have the Ninja Kids. Oh,
Wow.
wait, I'm sorry. The Satan. It has some interesting shit. I
The
especially like the
Satan.
boss fight against the werewolf. The moon acts as the enemy's life bar, which is a neat touch.
Wow,
Dungeon
really?
Magic is
That's
pretty
nice.
neat, too. It's a fantasy-themed beat-em-up with branching paths and a ton of items and weapons
Whoa.
to collect. It's at an isometric view, which gets kind of annoying when you're trying to hit enemies at it.
And when you're playing with a D-pad. But you have an analog stick.
Kind of reminds me of Golden Axe. If all the characters just shit their pants and were walking around with gravy caked in their cracks. You can
They
unleash
look
a
like
genie
the
to
old
attack
style
enemies
boxers that's
and
trying
even
to hold
get new
their
ones
breath,
from bosses you
trying
beat.
to look tougher.
It's your average arcade beat 'em up. Growl,
I like the
however,
source
is
they're
anything
swinging.
but average. How so? Well, you play as Hulk Hogan and Indiana Jones. This game is Taito as fuck. It takes place in the early 20th century, but has a ton of weapons that weren't invented until the late 20th century. The mission is to save animals
Yeah.
from an army of
Why
evil
do you even
shitbag
look for
punchers.
logic?
What's actually cool is that there aren't many level breaks. Other than a lava cave you go into, all the levels are
What do
part
you-
of a long-ass background that scrolls.
Oh,
Every time
okay.
you put a coin in the game, it goes, "Hey, come on!"
Hey, come on! Hey, come on! Hey, come
It never shuts up.
I enter coins just to hear this. It sounds great. After you lay waste to hundreds of animal
I'm pretty sure he
hating
says that
fuckfaces,
even if you
face
don't,
the evil
insert a
king of
coin.
the poachers, who turns out to be a giant alien
What the heck?
worm. See? I
Final
told you
boss.
this game was Taito as fuck. You kill him and all the animals
I
come
think
to
he
hang
meant-
out. This game is
I thought he
hilarious,
meant bad
weird,
in
good
when he said
fun.
Taito.
And that's kind of what I'm here for
But,
now. If
I
it
guess I was
wasn't weird,
wrong.
I'd be pissed. Okay, so here we go. Here it comes. This is by far, without a doubt, the Taitoist of all Taitos on Taito Legends. It is Violence Fight.
Dang,
From
the
the very
name.
beginning, this game has already given me more material to talk about in just this text wall than any game ever could. In the early part of the 1950s in the USA, a game called Violence Fight was in vogue among mafia, reckless drivers, and general businessmen.
Okay.
The Violence Fight was the game to struggle for #1 quarreler with fighters who were gathered from all parts of the USA, speaking boastingly of their strength. And of course,
there are already two words that I don't understand.
As well as the honor were given to the winner. Here in downtown in LA, a young fighter Bat and his manager Blinks seek for the winning money eagerly. As a matter of fact, can Bad take the #1 place in the USA? Wait, they spelled his name 2 different ways? Is it Bad or Bat? Yeah, here you go. His name is Bat Blue. Like Labatt Blue? Maybe he's a Canadian beer fan. Wait,
probably.
No, it's Bad Blue on the character selection.
Bro, they couldn't make their minds. Yeah, exactly. What is wrong with you guys?
What his name is?
Just like freaking
Lick Joe.
Double Dragon 3, I think.
Joe. I'm sorry, Bad Blue or Bat Blue or Labatt Blue. I'm gonna have to pick Lick Joe. Okay, let's get into the game. Okay, I'm sorry, Lick Joe. Lick Joe. Hey everybody, who wants to lick Joe? Fuck names
I
like
don't.
Ryu and Ken, Scorpion, Sub-Zero. Lick motherfucking Joe!
This looks nice.
Alright, that's the best name I ever heard. So anyway, according to his bio, he killed 13 wrestlers during playing.
Wow.
What kind of wrestling promotion lets a guy
Man, screw
wrestle
you.
after killing 13 wrestlers?
Yeah,
Why is he not in jail? Instead, he's allowed to be in the
looks
violence
like an
fight.
unauthorized fight.
Violence fight. Oh my god, it controls like ass. It's kind of like an even shittier version of Pit Fighter. But
come on.
It's got Lick Joe, and that more than makes up for it.
It looks nice, but I don't think it plays good, yeah.
Art of the character and their manager. It's kind of like the hunting screens in Street Fighter, but in Violence Fight, it's fucked to shit. Sammy you? What is that supposed to mean?
I don't...
Sammy you? Sammy you? Is it trying to say that Sammy is you?
I can't really make any logic out of this.
Fuck you. Oh, I've been wasting my time with curse words like shit, fuck, and ass, and bitch.
I don't do it.
Taito comes along into my life and shows me the real way. The real Mac Daddy of curse words. No, instead of fuck you, I'm saying Sammy you. Hey, Sammy you salmon mother Sammier. Every time you hit
that
enemy,
works.
these weird words
or
show
not.
Like Dagoon and Bogun and Goon. Is it like the sound the hits make? Like an onomatopoeia?
Yeah, that must be it.
Word in itself. But anyway, what the fuck sound is Dagoon? Imagine if you were watching the 60s Batman, and every time someone gets hit, instead of saying bam, pow, or biff, it said Dagoon, Bogon, and
Makes
Goon.
no sense.
Seriously, I can't praise this game enough. It's comedic genius. I mean, you could have the funniest comedians of all time write for years and never come close to the perfection that is Violence Fight. Why are you fighting a tiger?
Dang.
What the fuck is score a point over? Why are the Twin Towers in the background of 1950s Los Angeles? Violence Fight.
Why not? I mean, were they down
The first
before that?
rule of Violence Fight is you talk about Violence Fight. Fuck Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter or any of these other fighting games on next-gen consoles. No! I want fucking Violence Fight!
Violence Fight 2, baby. Wow, man. Taiko, bro. That's what the name is, right? Taito. Sorry. This is so hilarious. Whoa! That was pretty gross. That guy's twerking, isn't he?
That's Taito Legends. There was some good, some bad, some ugly,
This reminded me of
and there was Violence
Action
Fight.
52.
But I gotta end this because this was a marathon. 68 games over those 2 discs.
Haven't Charlie showed everything?
Legend
Probably
of
not.
Kage on NES. That was 69 games reviewed this month. 69, dudes!
Oh. He did that on purpose, didn't he? Well, I actually took a screenshot when my channel hit exactly 69 subscribers. Maybe for a future video I'm going to show you that that screenshot to you guys. But yeah, this was an amazing, really Avgn episode. It was also double the length for a normal one. So yeah, I've had a lot of fun. Did you guys have fun? I hope so. So if you did, then make sure hit that subscribe button, like, subscribe, and activate that beautiful bell. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Ciao!